I think without a doubt in my mind, one of the worst. Fuck. I think without a doubt in my mind, one of the worst forms of content on YouTube is pranking. I've never been a big fan of pranking and all that shit. I never will be, and I hope you guys don't too. Pranking is fucking stupid as shit, and all, and it's not even enjoyable. And now these days, it's pretty much just harassment. Like literally, people will literally go up to someone in public, and if they're like tying their shoes or something, they'll just grab the back of their head and then shove their face in between their ass cheeks and just rip one. And then they just say, it's just a prank, bro. So pretty much it's just gone to like straight up harassment to this point. And pranks aren't really good anymore. And I want to reiterate that I've never liked pranking YouTube videos, so I'm glad I never hopped on that bandwagon. But there's still a few people that really do enjoy it. But if you enjoy that shit, cool. I don't control you and what you like, but if you want to like it, cool. But today, or a couple days ago, a YouTube prank happened that didn't really end up well, not good at all, and it's actually really sad, and shit like that. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. Also, I want to say, if you're a fucking YouTube prankster, you're fucking braver than someone who would just jump in open water with sharks and cut themselves to attract the sharks. You're much braver than those people, because you're not afraid of the harassment that you'll get and shit like that. And I also want to say, like, there's a lot of people who, like this person, don't understand that a lot of these prankings are fake and staged and all that stuff. This guy had no idea that this was a fake. So what ended up happening was a guy by the name of Timothy Welks. He was a 20-year-old YouTuber, or 20-year-old guy, who really enjoyed pranking videos. He was inspired by it. And what happened is that, like, he was under that influence that he thought that these were real, like real pranks, but they really weren't, or most of them weren't, and shit like that. So he wanted to do something called a robbery prank. A robbery prank is when you wear a mask and you have like a knife with you, and then you charge someone, and then you just pretty much go up to them and like, hey, it's just a prank, and all that stuff. So he was pretty much going to be doing like some Jason Voorhees shit to someone. And he also had a friend with him. And what ended up happening is that he went out in public and he found his victim, and air quotes, yeah, and shit like that. He found his victim that he was gonna do it to, and then when that shit happened, he ended up charging him to perform the prank with his friend. But the guy thought it was an actual like killer, because he wasn't aware of what he was doing and shit like that. It's not staged. Because like I said, the guy thought like these pranks were real, so he was doing it on a real person. And then the guy ended up having a gun on him. He was bearing arms, or I guess you want to say it like that. He had a gun on him and then shot him several times, which ended up killing him, sadly. Now, it's a very like, this whole situation is very tragic. And if you're like, I gotta be honest, if you're a YouTube prankster and you want to get into that stuff, don't do it, because you're gonna be just bullied all the time, and it's not even good, and you're just gonna be looked at as a douchebag a lot. So don't do that. These are totally these two people, pranksters' faults for even trying to do these in the first place. It's not the guy's fault for like killing him, because he thought he was actually about to get killed. It was self-defense. In fact, he never got charged with anything because, like I said, it was self-defense. Now, there was recording for this, and it's not going to be published, or that hasn't been published, or probably won't even be. But there was an audio, and basically, I'm recording this after Penguin Zero's video, and because like I saw the video and I thought, it was like, wow, damn, that's sad, and I wanted to spread the awareness of like this and YouTube pranksters and how they're just straight up awful, god awful. A fucking septic tank is much better than a goddamn prankster videos and shit like that. So it ended up so like the audio went like, when he ended up getting shot, and then his last words was, "It was just a prank, bro," while he was gasping for air, or gasping for the last ounce of his last ounces of life, and crying. He was crying because he knows he's gonna die. And then That was it. He then ended up perishing, which is really sad and awful shit. No doubt in my mind that would have happened. That no doubt in my mind that didn't happen. Like, or that did happen. Like that shit, like that's sad shit. You can't come up with anything better than that. Pretty much like what Penguin Zero said. You can't come up with anything better of what he said. That's pretty much what he said. It was just a prank, bro, as he cries and gasps for his last ounces of life, which sucks. It really does suck. I also want to say that like it's terrible that people have gone like to the point where they like do like heinous shit to people for a prank, and then like pretty much slap them across the face or like literally like grab their phone and smash it against the ground or stuff like that, or just go for a blow uppercut nut shot Johnny Cage style, like Mortal Kombat shit, and then just say, hey, it's just a prank, bro. Like no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, damn, I should have been expecting that shit. Damn. I'm sorry. Yep, you totally got me. Bamboozled me. Ha ha ha. Gotcha. You got a bigger penis. Yep. Like, that's terrible. I don't understand why pranking has gotten to that point. Like, just literally, like, have the door slightly opened with a bucket of water on top of it. That's fine. That's nothing. But when it comes to, like, literally assaulting people and shit like that, and harassing people, that's terrible. But, like, do like water bucket thing to like your family members. Like don't do it to like random people in public, because that's just terrible. When it comes to like this prank, these guys are like actual fucking psychopaths. I don't understand how these guys had the balls to do this shit, dude. Literally, I would wrestling an alligator is not as brave as doing this shit. Like that's like crazy shit to do. Where like you go out and like prank someone thinking that the reaction's gonna be real, which it was, it from being influenced from the internet, and then when it comes down to like this, when they get killed, I mean that's not the brave part. That was just unexpected. But just doing pranks in general in public, that's more braver than all this shit where people literally like do dumb stuff like fucking try to finger a great white shark's asshole and something like that. And like, yeah, this whole like I keep reiterating this, but this whole outcome is just terrible. It's absolutely bad, and I feel really bad for the guy who ended up killing him, because like he had no clue what was going on and shit like that. And I also feel bad for Timothy Wallace for getting into this situation where now he's no longer with us. So I feel really bad for him as well. And I feel bad for the family that had no clue that was probably he was even watching this shit. I mean, they probably did, but like that they have to go through this now. I mean, that's a sad way to die, where you try performing a prank on someone thinking that like it's real and all that shit, then they ended up getting killed by it. Like that's a sad way to go, honestly. Drowning in a septic tank is not as bad as this. So yeah. Uh, just so pretty much take this as a lesson learned. Try doing your I wouldn't say do more research on the videos, just know what's up when it comes to the videos that you're watching and shit like that. And don't be influenced by like pranksters or douche tubers and all that stuff. And like I'm not saying like that or you'll have this guy's outcome. That's just terrible shit that would be coming out of my mouth if I said that. But yeah, like just don't do pranks, because you're just gonna get bullied for that shit. Like it's now become harassment at this point when it comes to the whole pranking shit. So don't do that, and it's just not funny at all. Like, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Don't make pranking videos. So yeah, anyways, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.